Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Devil's Guides. In this episode, we're going to go over your settlement. We're just going to get familiar with a few of the buildings and the layout. This will give you a good idea on how to get started on building your headquarters. Alright, so a quick look around and what to expect. Early on, you're not going to have all the fancy decorations. You'll get that in time. So we're going to start with the workshop. Here, you can get medals. You can't get medals until level 25. That's where you get your medals. Medals give your gear boosts. The only way you could get medals is either through buying bundles or through Capital Clash. That is the only way to get medals. You can, however, in the meantime, get medal tags. Various ways of getting them. Some examples is through intel missions. Alright, so the next thing is your hero's gear. This is the gear your heroes are wearing. And then you will see infantry, your marksmen, and your riders. That's the gear that each hero is wearing. Armory. This is just where you overview everything. Next, we're going to go over the hero precinct. This is where you're going to locate heroes at. As you can see, I still have 5. I'm kind of slacking in that department, but I haven't had much interest in some of the heroes that's been coming down lately. I primarily use Maddie and Frank, Lucky, and I really like Chef. I see a lot of people use Nikolai, Roland and Duper, Wolf. I do have some interest in Ray and Rolex, but I'm not at that VIP level yet. We'll get there. I'll get him when I get to that point. I haven't been in a major rush to get him. Next from here, you could do searches. Searches allow you to find extra gear. There's advanced search and epic search. Obviously, the epic search is much better than the advanced. And then if you look at the top where it says 90.8%, every time you do a search, you get that increases the percentage. And then once you get to 100%, you get this search box, the search crate. This here is kind of like an epic search, just a little bit better. And then next we're going to go over Explorer. Explorer is probably the first thing you encountered when you first started the game. This is where your heroes fight zombies on a map. A few key takeaways to this: always use your best heroes. And one tip, if you get stuck on any levels, just click your hero's portrait, and here you'll see that you can borrow other alliance members' heroes. They might have a stronger hero that can get you through it. So when in doubt, just click the portrait and you can replace heroes, move them around. You can only take one support hero at a time. Next thing we're going to go over is headquarters. When I'm not trying to move it. Alright, so what your headquarters does, it increases your march capacity. This is your main way to increase your march capacity. You can also manage your skins or settlement buffs as needed through your headquarters. So as you can see, you can activate different buffs as needed, both combat and development. Next, your hospitals. When your troops die, they go to the hospital. Or let me correct that. Not when they die, when they get wounded. When your troops get wounded, they go into the hospital. Having the highest possible hospital capacity helps with this a lot. Next, your training camp. This is where you increase your training capacity, how many troops you can train in one shot, and your training speed. You can have up to 4 buildings. Make sure you grow them all because each one increases that the training speed and the capacity. Next, you have your barracks, which is where you go to train infantry. Obviously, your goal is to increase the level of your barracks so you can train better troops. Next is ranged. This is where you train your ranged troops. Same thing as with your barracks. You want this to be increased as fast as possible so you can train higher levels. And then your garage. This is where you train your raiders, banshees. Increasing this also increases the level of troops that you can have. Next is your resource production. You want to build these and upgrade these. Resources become very, very scarce at higher levels. Next, we're going to go over your intel post. And weird things like that ain't happening. Alright, so your intel posts is special missions to kill certain types of zombies. And it also has state intel, which is special missions, usually referring to the entire state. Like for example, the next one is 10 alliances have 70 members or more, and then everybody in the state gets these buffs. Next, we're going to go over the assembly point. This is your your reinforcement capacity. So here, as you can see, if you want more troops to protect you against an attack from your alliance members, you want your reinforcement capacity as high as possible. It also increases your timer help duration and how many timer helps you can have from your alliance members. Next, we're going to go over a warehouse. Warehouse is where your food is stored and protected from raids from other players. If you go over your storage protection, anything that goes over can be taken. Alright, so next, your lookout tower. This determines how well your recon is and how you can tell what everybody gets. For example, at level 1, it displays the name and target of the attacking chief that is trying to attack you. At level 2, it discovers the amount of resources your target has. At 3, It's a defensive recon. Displays the origin and arrival time of the attacking enemy, and so on and so forth. Every level gives you additional details when somebody's attacking you, or if you're trying to recon another player. Next, blast shelter. This is where you can hide your troops. They cannot be attacked while they're in the blast shelter. So if you're going to be attacked, you can hide at least a majority of your troops in the blast shelter. As you can see, the blast shelter, or at least mine, is limited to 94,185. That's all I can protect there. Next, we're going to go over command station. This is your rallies. So if you want to be able to rally more troops and hit bigger and harder targets, you want your command station to be as high as possible. Next, enlistment office. Whenever troops die, and you'll see it under the troop loss, they don't go to the hospital. They are dead, they are gone. But you incur what's called duty. Duty enlists troops and allows you to recover some, or in some cases all, of your lost troops. Next, the trading post. This is where you get like VIP stores, special discounts through the market stall. I do suggest whenever you need something, rather than just buying it straight up, see what you got. See if I needed that 5-minute building speed up times 6. I can actually buy it without biocaps. I can spend 3.9 million food and get it without biocaps. This is a great tool for a free-to-play player. Next, we're going to go over a research lab. Here's where you develop research that helps improve your headquarters in one way or another. For example, in development, you can increase your building speed. You can also increase your training speed of troops. You could get healing speed of wounded troops up higher. You can also go into battle and get buffs and march capacity. Or you go into economics, and here you'll have your gathering speed, your production speed. Next, the events billboard. Reward stash. Anytime you get a reward for an event, it'll be here. Next is your daily drop. This is where you're going to go to, you have to buy these, but you get daily rewards. I've never bought them, but the rewards have never been anything I've been highly interested in. I might get it one day, but that day is not today. Next, events. This is where you can see all the current events that are happening. And then last but not least, your daily rewards. So you have tasks you got to do, like timer helps, donations, explorer trail, daily intel, and it gives you points. Whenever you get points, you gather certain amounts: 40, 80, 120, 160, 215, 270, and 325 every day. you get the rewards for each one. These rewards are nice. I suggest making sure you max out every single day on these. Like right now, just from doing these, I got more legendary hero badges than I know what to do with. I think I got well over 400 of them. Alright guys, I hope this guide helped you out a little bit, and if you have any questions, post them below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Have fun everyone.